We all set?
Good.
All right, I'm Sean Byrne with Point Monitor. I programmed the fire system that Prairie Electric installed here. This is our main fire alarm annunciator and remote microphone. The panels that these are fed off of are down below in the electric room, and then there's auxiliary panels throughout the building. All of the fire alarm function can be done from either here or down below. This is a mirror display of buttons and display as the panel down below. And any point that comes in will come in with the description of its location, its type, and what its issue is, whether it's an alarm, a trouble, or a supervisory. The main function on these panels that anyone would do would be the acknowledge, silence, or reset. Acknowledge silencing the panel from beeping, silence will silence the alarms, and reset will reset after the alarm condition is cleared. Normally those are done by your fire department. When they come in, if you have an actual alarm condition, they'll come on site and they'll be the ones to stop the alarm, not the site, but that's up to the district. When any alarm comes in, it'll activate the entire building in one alarm throughout. Everything will become active, and there's a microphone located in here that will override the automatic message in temporal code 3 that comes through the speakers. The strobes will continue. Anybody have any questions?
Do you have any knowledge of how they're doing any other alarm situations like earthquake or lockdown or anything like that?
There's no tie-in of any other system into the fire alarm at this point that we know of. So, the system is capable of anybody could pick up the microphone and make any kind of a page throughout the building, but there's nothing automatic set up on any other event.
And then, you turn off the switch and you pull the mic and use it right now.
Yep.
So if they pull the mic, you could it override
So if the alarm is going on and so if the alarm is going off and sending a message out, somebody can use that microphone and override that?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I got a lot of keys shaking.
On a voice evac system, it'll give you the automatic message evacuating the building, but if somebody needs to give specific instruction to the building, they could pick up and from here it'll be a global message to everyone. Down below at the main fire panel, you could isolate it to a specific zone.
Gotcha.
It's a different one.
And the auxiliary panels, are those basically like in the HDS?
I got it.
Yes.
I can grab it out of here.
Or HDS, they're both.
In those panels, aside from the main fire panel with the main voice panel, there's no user functions on any of them. They all just work automatically based on programming and wiring. And they all have battery backup.
But their location?
Their location will display with any issues on the main fire panel.
And so they are in the MDFs and
Correct.
HDFs and all that stuff. Okay.
That is the fire alarm.
Which one? Voice panel.
Voice? Voice evac panel? It's an E001.
No, I don't know.
So we might need to get Jamie to rekey that one to make them the same or something.
E002.
Shouldn't be the same.
fit all those in or not?
Here, I can get you right in the lockbox here, Scott.
Yeah, E001 is
E001, I got like 5 or 4 of them.
I need to put one in her bag.
Yeah, but I mean, we can get this, if it needs to be rekeyed, we can get it rekeyed by Jamie pretty fast. But there it is.
Basically what happens as far as
You want me to grab one of those?
alarm, shuts off air handlers,
Sure.
unlocks doors, drops fire doors.
Ring if I have it.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know if there's any other sequence we want to really go through.
Sure. So, well, if there's any problem with the system, you'll have a trouble, gets reported out to Central Station, and then Portland Public Schools will get a phone call or email or however you have that set up. But it will display where the trouble is located here, and an authorized person will need to come and fix that trouble. On a supervisory, which is just a piece of information that somebody needs to know about, will report here and do the same with a different format, telling it your sprinkler doesn't have water available, or your Ansel hood is activated, or whatever other supervisory inputs we might have here. When an alarm condition comes in, it will report here where the alarm is. You'll get red lights on all of your displays. All of your strobes will activate. Your automatic message will activate on all of these speakers. And all of your air handler units over 2,000 CFM will shut down. Your fire smoke dampers will close. Your door holds will drop. All magnetic fire smoke doors. And then everything will stay that way until somebody stops the alarm condition, stops the actual condition, and then restores the panel.
So when the system shuts down, do the dampers delay before they close, or do they close immediately?
They close.
There's no zoning to the duct detection or doors or anything like that. It's just full general alarm.
On a duct detector activates unit shutdown and fire smoke dampers, and I believe it also drops all of the doors per the operational matrix. Global, yep. That's based on the fire smoke damper layout. We couldn't close some of the fire smoke dampers. When they all close, we have to shut down all the units, or else they're going to shut down on static pressure anyway.
That programmed as an alarm?
No, duct detectors are, I believe, programmed as supervisory input here.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Number off the top of my head, but yeah.
Are there any conventional duct detection on here, or is it all addressable?
All addressable.
Okay. Okay. Do we have an approximate count of duct detectors and beam detectors, just out of curiosity?
Duct detectors, we're right around 65 to 70. I don't know the exact count, but in that neighborhood. And the beam detectors, we have 6. 2 in the auditorium, 4 in the gymnasium.
And do those all reset with the reset command, or is there reset switches somewhere?
They all reset. On a fire panel reset, your supervisory condition duct detector resets.
When you do hit the reset function, it goes through, and then you'll see it reset all of the beam detectors. There is a remote test switches for those.
Does this panel give you information about the arts building?
Yes. It's all one system. When anything goes, everything goes. So it's treated as one building.
And there's another readout like this, similar to this one, in the arts building.
Yep. That annunciator, this annunciator, and the annunciator on the main fire panel all operate the exact same. They all have the same function and the same display. There's no difference between them.
Where's the damper control located? Are they close to the breakers or close to the...
They're in the typically they're in the electrical room.
Good.
On the second floor. That's where they're fed from, and then there's the relay there, and then it comes down and drops down the shaft.
Okay. Because sometimes we hate when they're in between, or stuck next to the duct detector up in the ceiling, close to the unit.
Same thing with the door holds. They're in the electrical rooms.
Cool. Is this the only mic station, or is this one the main panel?
This is the only remote microphone. The main voice evac panel has a microphone and switches to page-specific zones.
Which you can't override.
What was that?
You can't override on down there.
Yeah, when you
Yes.
key the mic, it overrides.
Yep. Up here, just pressing the microphone will override or start an all-call page. Down below, you probably have to activate all-call or a specific zone because you have the option between the two. All right.
Blueprints.
All plans should be on site there.
Yep.
Down below.
They're down below
Yep.
at the fire alarm panel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many times we show up and there is no blueprints after it's all done.
I don't know if we want to take a look down in the main fire alarm panel. It's a small room, but
Let's take a look. It's beneficial. Let's take a look.
everybody here knows where it's at.
Okay.
We'll get familiar with it. All right. Well, Vic, you lead the way and we'll follow you.
All right. Which way?
Go lock that up.
This is the main fire panel room where the main fire panel lives. As I was saying before, this annunciator is just a repeat of the annunciator in the main office and in the arts building. This is the main voice evac panel where you can page specific zones. It has a microphone in it as well, and you can also activate a main all call. Any trouble on the voice evac system will tell you what the specific trouble is down here on the amplifier panel, and will come up with a generic voice system trouble on your fire panel. This is an auxiliary amplifier, and these are just strobe panels. That's all that's located in the other electrical rooms, is more of those. And every panel again has batteries in it, and we'll report into the panel with which panels have battery trouble. Any questions on any of these?
What kind of signals are we going to get from that DAS unit?
There are two signals on it: DAS antenna fail and booster fail.
And then you got a...
That is for the post indicator valve outside, that one over there.
So who maintains that thing?
I don't know, that was a completely separate install from fire. So we just monitor the 2 points that we were told to monitor on this system. Both those points come in as a supervisory input, non-latching. So if they come in, they'll send it in, but if they go away, they should restore on their own.
Yeah, we just get a lot of signals from copy basically.
Yep.
I don't want in that thing.
They will not let you set it as a latching, so if it goes into runaway, your fire system goes into runaway.
I get calls from my watch, I go, I don't know what to tell you.
Any other questions on any of these panels?
Door holders, all 110, DC.
Where'd Vic go?
24 volt.
I believe that they are 120, but that's a question for Vic.
Vic?
Is there any secrets that we should know?
Again, that's a question for Vic.
Sensors up there.
I saw that. I just anything off the wall while you were programming.
Are they 120 volt door holds throughout?
They are, yes.
Okay.
And fault isolation.
I believe every loop has isolation modules, multiple isolation modules, and they're all shown on the as-builts.
Okay.
Which parts of which SLC loops are on which isolators.
You went through the addresses and whatnot as far as on the smoke detectors or strobes or whatnot that they are.
Any initiating device that comes up with its location, that device should be blinking different from the rest, and it'll be marked with a loop and an address number that matches what shows up on the fire panel.
So you didn't need an SLC expander or anything like that?
Oh, there's lots of SLC.
Yeah,
I believe there are 5 SLC loops here.
Wow, okay.
Are they all derived from here, or are they spread out?
No, there's no more than 2 loops on a panel.
Oh, okay. We had one where we had lots.
I believe it's in your spec that there are no more than 2 loops allowed on a panel.
So, you have a sprinkler here, right?
Yep.
And bell.
Yep.
So is that 110 out there? Is that
The bell is 110.
110? Okay.
Alright. And then the doors were
110.
110, okay. That way I don't have to bother digging into it. I call one of the other guys, like Tim.
These dark secrets anywhere? Something we should know about.
Yeah, as long as the blueprints aren't a deep dark secret, I'm happy.
And Sean explained it. It's a big system, but it's really pretty simple. There isn't anything really weird and crazy about stuff's working. It's pretty generic as far as alarms go off, everything shuts down. There's a set matrix on it. Well, I think it's a matrix. Probably came from PPS, I imagine. I'm not sure where exactly it came from, but the
Alarms, zone 1.
Yeah, disabling all outputs in zone 1 will disable all general alarm outputs in the building. Not all outputs, all general alarm outputs. Including the evac, yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
We have one where it doesn't do the evac. Because it's on zone 2. We find out the hard way. It was a small school. There wasn't very many people there.
Even less after you set off the
You know
alarm.
you're among them.
But it was just after the school got out. So it was like, oh yeah, we forgot to test this Group 1 bypass, or Zone 1 bypass, and then we set it off, and that goes off.
Well, it's, for the most part, it's, in theory, it's pretty much self-contained, and, it does its own thing, and so it's the, years down the road where you start, something, get a dirty head or something that, that'll make you guys scratch your head, I'm sure.
It's a well-installed and well-designed system. It's all just automatic.
So your personal cell phone number's on the panel.
You have it.
So, has everything been
I was going to say, if your name's not printed on the panel,
in the entire fire alarm system?
I trust it.
To know that everything works now? Is everything
Every device has been activated, make sure it had the right, address come up on it.
Okay.
It all went through the monitoring service. Fire marshal did his walk, building inspectors did her walk.
Okay.
You got your final?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hopefully we get that paperwork.
Okay.
That way I could say that it's here.
Yeah, all the as-built were complete before fire final. They're on site here.
Are they AutoCAD or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He knows what you guys want.
I'll call you if we don't have it.
It's different when they actually do it, though. It's like, what? It's done right the
Is it on
first
the
time?
drive, Stacy? That's project manager.
Any other questions?
There we go.
We all set?
Good start. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.